Alright, today we're going to be watching the official trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Sonic. Sounds like a detergent.
That's what everyone online calls Sonic.
I watched Sonic in the car.
Come on, get in the car. Funky, you're getting in the car.
Alright, so,
the blue dude, right?
Blue dude.
The blue dude, okay. Right, sorry.
So have you played any of the Sonic games before? Are you a fan?
I was a huge fan of the Mega Drive games.
Or in the States, Sega Genesis.
Basically in around, it must have been 1989? No, 1990, something like that.
The first Sonic game?
Yeah, my father took me to an electronics store.
The first Sonic game came out in the early 90s.
The guy in the electronics store really sold us the Mega Drive. So, yeah, I played Sonic 1, Sonic 2 all the time.
Yeah.
In those days, yeah. More of a, like, when I went to school, it was you're a Sega person or a Nintendo person.
Dude.
A Sonic person or a Mario person.
Yeah, in America too, yeah. Growing up in the 90s, you were either like Team Sega or Team Nintendo.
I guess you just had to be rich to be on both teams.
Like, I remember my friend saying the Super Nintendo was better, but the Sega Genesis was cooler.
Black plastic, matte plastic, which is more 80s, I guess,
Right.
than the Nintendo.
So yeah, back then the Sonic games were like really, really good, really badass.
They were, yeah.
And somewhere along the way, they kind of lost their footing. Yeah, Sonic Adventure, I loved that one.
Sonic Adventure, that's it.
Definitely has a, divided opinion. Some people love it, some people hate it. I thought it was awesome. The general consensus is everything after that is mostly hot garbage.
Garbage day! Huh?
They realize they have a potential moneymaker there with Sonic, and they want to keep churning the games out. But they haven't really been able to, recapture what made the original games so good. Like, there's one they put out a few years ago called Sonic Mania, but it was essentially made by a fan of the series.
Who better to know the charm of the original series?
Exactly, yeah.
Fan,
and
so.
that game has really, really good reviews. It's considered one of the best in the past 20 years. Full disclosure, I have not seen the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Have you?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
I saw it at the theatre. I've actually seen it twice.
Was that good? I'm surprised.
It was surprisingly good because, what expectations would you have for a Sonic movie? Human actors interacting with Sonic the Hedgehog. How would that even work?
Are you aware of the initial drama behind the first movie?
Fanboy drama?
Yeah.
Did they give him a hat or something?
When they initially announced the first movie, they put out the trailer for it, right? And people were so disgusted at how they animated Sonic. His eyes were all wrong. He didn't look enough like the original character. He looked more like an animal than he did
Okay. An alien hedgehog?
Cartoon character. His eyes were smaller.
Well, he's Japanese, right? In design, so he's supposed to have crazy big eyes.
Right. So there was actually enough of a backlash on Twitter and other places online about how much people hated the design of Sonic that the team actually went in and reanimated the character. I think they had most of the movie done at that point. They just gave in to the public pressure.
Well, all the people are gonna invest in it are gonna be those people.
That's a big W for the fans. Okay, so Sonic the Hedgehog 2 coming out in 2022.
It does have Jim Carrey in it as Doctor Robotnik. In the first movie, he doesn't really look super like Doctor Robotnik. That's his origin story.
He's gonna plump up a little.
Doctor Robotnik. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do that, to be honest. I don't think he's going to become, circular, his body, like the original character. The guy in the games is, an older dude.
Just your typical, mad scientist-looking, chubby dude with a crazy like
crazy mustache,
lightning mustache.
I always thought he was quite cool when I was a kid. Like he seems like very evil.
I wouldn't say he's cool, but he definitely he fits in the universe.
In the first movie, like Jim Carrey has a lot of like wisecracks, quips, one-liners, as you can imagine.
Right.
So I think it's like quite a good like taking a character from a video game that wouldn't work in a movie and then making him more like a real person. He's like a very rich military contractor, and like he's a genius. This is not a spoiler; this is just the character.
Okay.
And he has a lot of like advanced robots and weapons and things, like he has in the game. Like he doesn't exist.
Like very under the radar.
Literally, he has robots that like fly under the radar. I think, so. Sonic is a problem. A blue hedgehog that sits around watching TV and eating ridiculous amounts of snacks is a huge problem. But he's an alien, so.
I thought he was just a rad hedgehog that, was a cool dude.
Are you going to watch the first one before the second one, or are you going to watch them at all?
I guess let's see how this trailer goes, and I'll make my decision afterwards. Alright.
Alright, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Good sound. Oh, coin sound.
I feel like they're so close to getting his voice right.
It is close, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's close, but also a little uncanny.
Pretending to be Batman, Blue Justice, trademark pending.
He's still just a kid. Trust me, there will come a moment.
I kind of like that, like references to the real world. Like they reference Batman in the movie. Like it really is in the real world. Yeah.
Okay. Oprah.
Enter Robotnik.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
Oh,
Seems like
got the mustache.
I discovered this.
Wait, did he not have the mustache in the
He
first
did.
one?
He did not have the mustache. He had like, I think he had like handlebars or just like a beard with like just a flat mustache.
Okay, that totally makes sense.
That's what I'm talking about. Like they're building the evolution of the character, like an origin story.
Okay. Yeah, I remember now. I always thought Jim Carrey looked weird as Robotnik for some reason. I guess it was the mustache.
I think
Mainly.
he also has hair in the first one, if I remember rightly. He's now shaved headed in this one, like the real character.
Okay.
And he didn't have those like goggles as well.
Okay. He looks much better. No.
Well, he looks more like Robotnik.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's just
but in the first
part
movie,
of the story.
in the first movie, he looked like a guy who could become Robotnik.
I see. So kind of an origin story.
I think there's a reason as well why his mustache is like this. That would be a spoiler, I think.
Okay. Okay.
That's his whipping boy, by the way. He's in the first movie, that guy, the assistant.
Whoa, Tails! Was Tails in the first one?
No.
Whoa!
But if you hung around after the credits, he is.
Oh, okay. Kind of like with Marvel movies, they always throw something in at the end.
It's like after the 3-hour credits where you see everyone who made special effects for Avengers. Thanos floating in space.
It kind of calls back to the original games in the sense that Sonic 1 did not have Tails.
Yes.
Tails was introduced in 2.
Will
Tails is playing. Cool.
Will Tails carry Sonic?
I hope so.
His little helicopter tail.
Dang, okay. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that what do you call it? That kind of plane?
I believe the official name is the plane where Indiana Jones gets attacked by a snake.
I hate snake shot! I hate him!
It's a plane flown by people with like big mustaches and goggles.
Like the old school Red Baron style. Okay, that's cool. Snowboarding.
Yeah, right. That's a stage in one of the games.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa! I assume Knuckles was not in the first
Knuckles? No, he was not.
one. Okay.
No.
Knuckles is kind of looking a little little shaggy there, like he
he
fell in a puddle.
had a rough time.
Like he's a stray.
On the streets, doing some
Stray echidna.
doing some crack.
Do I look like I need your power? Where are my manners? Sonic, meet Knuckles.
So Knuckles is an ally of Robotnik.
I predict in the third movie, which there probably will be,
Of course, yeah.
I predict Knuckles will be a good guy. And I predict in the third one they're going to bring in Shadow. Shadow's like the like black evil hedgehog.
dude.
Damn, dude, I was pretty impressed by that trailer. And it really pulled on my nostalgia too.
Well, that's the point of these movies, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's doing that pretty well, I think. You know?
That said, though, the trailer for the first movie did not do anything for me, like,
Okay.
nostalgically speaking, at
I
all.
think, this one looks more nostalgic. It's got more elements of the games in it.
Yeah, the first one just, like, the trailer at least, just felt like a cash grab.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a better movie than that, I think.
Okay.
But I think the point of the first movie was to just, like, set the characters, because, like, remember, a lot of people who are watching these movies are not going to be that familiar with the classic games. Right? They're going to be young.
And that blows my mind. All the Zoomers on their TikToks and their
TikTokers
WhatsApps.
twerking on their TikTok. Twerking.
I want to see it. And I actually...
That's it.
I want to see the first movie as well.
The first movie makes a really good use of Sonic's speed. And earlier we talked about like what made Sonic like different to other games, like Mario.
It was fast as hell.
Speed. In the first movie there's like a scene that really plays on his... Like he's so much faster than the way things work on Earth that he can just like slow time almost. A little bit like that character is Flash, the Flash. A little bit like that.
Okay. I think there's a scene like that in the trailer. Where he like catches a hot dog or something.
The Flash also catches a hot dog.
Something about hot dogs, I guess. You just gotta catch them. Gotta catch those minions.
Gotta catch them all. If we have any viewers of the show who are old enough, like me, to remember playing the original games when they came out, what's your favourite one?
I would really hope most of our audience knows Sonic the Hedgehog. I would hope. We're still a very early channel, so we don't really know what our demographic is. Yeah. But for those who don't know Sonic, I would recommend going back and playing some of the classic games. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Thanks for joining us on this episode. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like. If you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and hitting the little notification button so you can get all of our new video updates.
And one question to end on. If you could make any game into a movie, which one?
Sudoku.
Tic-tac-toe? It's not called tic-tac-toe in the UK,
What's it called?
because that wouldn't make sense, because that's just random words. It's called noughts and crosses.
Sounds like
Noughts and crosses.
sounds like what you get when someone like beats you up. Went to the schoolyard and got some knots and crosses on my face.
I went to the candy shop and got some tic-tac-toe.
Okay. Anyway, all right. Until next time.
I didn't mind the first GameCube one.
The Dreamcast.
Oh, sorry, you're right, yeah. GameCube's Nintendo, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind the one that... I think it launched the GameCube.
The Dreamcast.